Cool. I'll let people roll in. Okay. I'm just looking for the light, so we make sure we can see a little quiet up here, please. That's on. Got those. I'm gonna grab all the stuff for the pickle spears. Yeah, that's the right way to go right there. Boom. Cool. Okay. Okay, so mozza sticks, pickle spears. Okay. I'm gonna do the mise en place. Denver, thanks so much for the likes, dude. How are ya? How's everybody doing today? We're just gonna go ahead and let people start rolling through. Thanks for hitting all those likes. I appreciate it. All right, so there, and then we're gonna do this right here. Okay, so burger meats. Okay, drain off all the wings. Right on. Okay. Olivia Game. Yes, I am a chef. Yeah, so we're going to be doing like a St. Patrick's Day kind of a cook along today, because I had a bunch of other followers on the last stream talk about how they wanted to join along with today's menu. So we're going to be cooking burgers, wings, mozza sticks, and pickle chips, all for St. Patty's Day. How are you today? I hope you guys are having a really good Sunday. Hope you guys are staying safe, having a couple drinks. Speaking of which, actually. Say again? I'm not going to. Yes, I am going to be deep frying. That's the oil that I got back here. Just because I don't really ever use like a deep fryer. So, yeah, as long as you do it safely, it should be all good. Yes, absolutely. That is pretty much the whole point, is to be able to do kind of like our own cooking show while being super accessible. Lambo, what's good, dude? You're back again. Can I brighten your day up with another funny noise? Man, what were we talking about earlier today? Can I pet that dog? Yeah, but Olivia, the idea behind this is if you guys got any questions, comments, things like that concerning food, recipes, food culture, restaurant culture, chef culture, anything like that, you go ahead, you leave those comments in the comment section below. Ask any type of question. I'll be sure to try to answer as much as I can during the live. So right now, I'm just waiting on a few people to roll through, seeing who wants to join me on the cook thing or on the cook day. And the kind of flavor of wings today is going to be a little bit of honey garlic. I'm trying to do like a different type of crispy wing. I remember doing at the retirement home maybe like a couple years ago, where we use where we encourage like a crispiness on the skin using baking powder as opposed to baking soda. Don't use baking soda when you bake wings. They'll taste terrible. They'll taste absolutely awful. And the idea would be a low and slow process with the wings. So it'd be like about 20-30 minutes in the oven with the baking powder and a little bit of seasoning, as well as nice, yeah. It's very simple. Like the honey garlic sauce that I'm going to be using is going to be just mostly, it's just real honey Smashed garlic in a pan, a little bit of extra sugar, kind of to encourage that, and just a simple syrup. And I think I'm gonna hit it with some like some soy sauce just to give it some color. So almost Chinese style. Seasoning on the burger is actually just going to be what do you call it? Like seasoning salt. And the reason I'm doing that is because the recipe that I have is going to be for the burgers is going to be lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup, mayonnaise, and what really matters is the burger seasoning. So seasoning salt and a little bit of white pepper is kind of what I'm putting on the burger patties. And the reason I'm doing that is because that is my version of like the 1998 big extra from McDonald's. I just had a hankering for it, and I know they haven't sold it since then, and that's been my recipe. So, Iron Maiden, what's good, man? Good to see ya. And Buddy Boy, don't say anything because you know I'm right. You need to be right in order to say anything. Fried pickle chips, yeah, hell yeah. If they're going to be done like beer batter tempura style, which I thought would be really dope. Yeah, Iron Maiden, I hope you're having a really good Sunday. It's always good to see you. How's your day so far? Hope the weather's really good where you are. And how many followers do you need to have to go live? You need 1,000. But I was able to go on Slayer, your favorite group. Yeah, it used to be one of my favorites too, growing up. You do need to what do you call it? You can go on live, sub 1,000, below 1,000, because I joined like an agency to do so, to do this kind of situation. But with the agency, you must like men. Yes, I am bisexual, so yes. You must, what do you call it? Be on, I believe it's 14 hours a month, minimum, but it has to be in 1 hour increments to do so. If you are interested in doing any lives, just be sure to hit follow, hit me in the DMs, and I can get you situated with my agency, okay? Yeah, South of Heaven was like a really great great album. Size burger, I'm going to assume the burgers that I'm going to be doing today are they're going to be pressed burgers, so I'm most likely going to do maybe about 6 or 8 ounces of patty. I'm just going to use some, some parchment paper. I'm going to give them a really good press so they're really flat, so that when they hit the pan, they'll shrink to the right diameter of the burger bun, and I think that'll be perfect. What do I mean by 14-hour lives? What I mean is 14 hours in total. So I go on 3 days a week, roughly about an hour to an hour and a half, if not 2 hours. So that makes up for your about 14 hours in total in the month. Ooh woo. Brian Williams. A 10-pound burger. Damn. What was that like? Did he end up doing that on like a flat top, I assume? Probably flat top or like a grill, or did he do it in like 3-pound patties, like in increments? Where did you get wings? I got them at the store. So at Superstore, they have like a box of wings you can get. It was like what, 5 kilos?
4 kilos, yeah.
Yeah, like 4 kilos for about $40. That was pretty much the. You wash your air fryer for this? Right on. That's good. Good. And then right now, we're going to be using your air fryer at a low temperature as we get started. Okay. So keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, I got my wings from the 4 kilo box. I just took a handful out, defrosted it, got that thing going. All right, so I wonder how many other people are going to cook with us today.
You got 84 people in here.
There's 84. Wow. Okay, so again, this is a cook with me this is a cook with me episode. So I'm going to go a little bit slower. I'm going to try to explain as much as I can. So whoever's going to cook with us, no dessert today, just because there's like so many items. I'm going to try to do the items as much as I can in the 2 hours roughly for the episode that we're going to do. Okay. That's again why I started at 3 o'clock today, so everyone can kind of be able to do it. And yeah, Nanners is right. We bought a lot of fruit, so we're just going to make sure that we have fruit at the end of it. Where the Guinness at? We got in Shannon's massive ass mug. but we're definitely going to use a little bit of that Guinness in the pickle chips batter. So I guess I'll wait another 5 minutes. Mare, do you have to preheat your air fryer? I don't know how those work. It's not a bad drink. Not necessarily. Okay, cool. You would love to come over for a 4 course? I would love to make you a 4 course. 100%. Okay, cool. Okay, so it heats up pretty fast. Great. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and start my bake off at about 200. If you can go lower than 200, you're gonna start at about 270. Would be the ideal heating temp. And we're gonna cook. We're gonna start our wings at that temperature for roughly about 25 minutes. And this is what this is going to do is it's going to set the crust on the wings while getting it more or less up to temperature. Okay. You're having a Georgian Bay. What is that? Is that like a type of beer? That's dope. And anybody in the chat right now, if you guys can do me a huge solid, keep spamming the like for me. That again helps me in the algorithm, helps me find like-minded people like yourselves. Strawberry Ruart. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, like-minded people like yourselves, people that want to talk about food culture, maybe do a cook with us today, all that good stuff, okay? So if you guys can keep hitting that, that would help me out a lot. And if you do have a couple seconds, please do feel free to share the live. Because most likely, if you guys are here, you know at least one person that would love to be here as well. Right on. Okay, cool. So, anybody that's going to be cooking with us, we're just going to go ahead and start on the mise en place and get everything done. Hey, thanks so much for the heart me. Donna, thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just start on all our mise en place to get everything kind of set up for when we want to execute the dish, okay? Or all the items, my bad. So in the back, I have oil on the small burner, just sitting on like ultra low. So you want to keep it on like a number 2 because what you want to be able to do is bring up your oil kind of on the fly when you need it. So it's always good to have it warm, but not screaming hot, right? You don't want it to get to the point where it's like going to start smoking, all that good stuff. You just kind of want it to just remain at a warming temperature, all right? Okay, so next, Donna, thanks for the team bracelets. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So that's going on right there. And next, we're gonna just go ahead and the first thing we got to do, the most lengthy thing we have to start on is the wings. Okay. So my oven's coming up to temperature about what did I set it to? It's like 200 or 175. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and start it. So cool. I put it at 190. That'll be perfect. So what I have here is the wings. The best thing that you can try to do right now is make sure that if you were defrosting them, say in your sink, or they were frozen, just make sure you try to drain them off as much as humanly possible. This will allow for your final product to get a much crispier skin because again, we're using the oven. Yeah, that, Rory, I have no idea why. Yeah, notifications in TikTok are kind of strange. But now that you're here, I appreciate you for being here, man. Thank you so much. Always good to see you. Okay. All right, so with the wings, I'm just going to go ahead and grab a pan. Cool. So ideally with the wing recipe, you want to have like a baking sheet with like a rack or something like that. That'll kind of keep the wings off of the tray. If you don't, by all means, just go ahead, just throw it directly onto the pan, as long as the pan itself is shallow. Like it has like a really small lip, so it kind of allows everything to kind of encompass underneath. Kelly, how are you? How are you today? I hope you're having a really great Sunday. Thanks so much for joining. It's always good to see you. Okay, so with the wings, I'll just put it onto the tray itself. Okay, so with the wings, very simply, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a little bit of that cornstarch. You can use potato starch, you can use cornstarch, whichever one works. You're only going to hit it just enough to kind of make it dry. You don't want to actually completely cover it. So for about a pound of wings, you're going to go, I'm going to say maybe at most like a quarter cup, a fifth of a cup maybe. Okay, and then you're going to hit with your baking powder. You're going to go a little bit heavier on the baking powder in this point. So you're going to do about roughly a tablespoon and a half. Okay, and what this is going to do is that chemically it's going to actually help give you a good crisp on the skin. Yeah, I think tonight will be a really delicious evening. Christopher, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the live. Okay. Hey, Cruz. Hey, what's good, dude? Good to see you. So with your wings, you want to go ahead, just give it a good toss, and just incorporate the majority of the powders evenly across all of the chicken, okay? Yeah, if it is just a little bit moist, it's all good. And then, of course, you want to either put a lining onto your tray, or if it's non... Okay. Slade, what's good, dude? Good to see you. Hope you're having a really great Sunday. And do I like fish tacos? Absolutely, I do. Anything like white fish tacos or... man, I've actually had... they were like deep fried scallops or roasted deep fried scallops were fucking amazing. Okay, so what you're going to end up with is like a kind of a dredge, right? Really thinly on your wings. And then, of course, since I'm using a non-stick, I just give it a quick spray. Just to kind of guarantee that it does its thing, doesn't stick. All right, so go ahead, throw all of your chicken bits in. Make sure that they're evenly distributed on the bottom of the pan, okay? Just like that. Okay, because again, if they're going to stick, they will kind of cook to each other, if you will. Christine Williams, thanks so much for the follow as well. I appreciate it. Welcome to the live. You're going to love this community. Okay, so that's good to go. Okay, just give that a quick wash in a second. And then you're just going to go ahead, take your wings, throw it into the middle rack, right? Or if you're using your air fryer, just go ahead, toss it in. And be sure that you set a timer for 25 minutes. Okay, so that'll be our first section here on the go. All right? Yeah. All right. So that'll be nice, low and slow. You don't have to worry about those for a little bit. Okay, so next up, we're going to go ahead and start the other mise en place for the... so we're going to make up our dredge for the pickles. We're going to just make sure we have the small components for our wings as well. Temperature for the wings. Okay, Donna, right on. Well, boy, what's good, dude? Welcome, dude. It's always good to see you. And Jackie, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here, and welcome to the community. Donna, okay, so just to catch you up, if you haven't been here, we just took a little bit of cornstarch, and it's like a 1-to-2 ratio, so like a little bit of cornstarch to a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons roughly of baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder, okay? Toss the wings, and then in the wings right now, we just threw them in the oven. The oven is now sitting at 100, and you can do 175 to 190 degrees, Okay, we're going to keep those there for approximately 25 minutes. What this is going to do is that it just kind of guarantees that we get the wings more or less up to temperature. So they'll be cooked, but then when we go into the crisping phase, they will at least have retained a lot of the moisture, or any of the moisture and fat have been now leaked into the skin, so that when we do, yeah, you can use cornstarch, or you can just do a little bit of flour, but the main component of your wings will have to be baking powder. That is going to give you a guaranteed crisp in the oven. Don and Bella, how are you? I'm doing really well today. I hope you're having also a amazing Sunday.
Donatella's birthday on Friday.
Oh, and it was your birthday on Friday. Hey, happy belated birthday. I hope you had a really awesome day, and I hope your weekend's been amazing as well. Okay, so to just move on. Okay, and of course, if anybody's going to be cooking with me on this live, please, if you guys, if I'm starting to lag out and you don't know what I said, if you need me to repeat myself, if you need me to slow down, any of that good stuff, let me know right away. I'll be more than happy to go ahead and just hold back a little bit, so you guys can always stay, kept up. What? This fucking guy. That's awesome. That's awesome. I hope that weekend was wicked. Lots of good family. Shannon, don't instigate.
No longer allowed to instigate after Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday was just ruckus. You ain't hear shit. Donna, and hi from New Zealand. Hey, right on, dude, from the other side of the pond. Young Chewbacca, my favorite book.
He likes coloring books.
I don't know. You say coloring books?
Oh, he's gonna go looking for his favorite book.
If I was to say what my favorite book is, it is this guy right here. Yeah, the original Fat Duck Cookbook. A hard second to this would be the Zombie Survival Guide. And then after that would be in like World War Z. But this right here, this is my top. All right. So next up, we're going to do a quick dredge for the pickle chips. Expensive pond flight at $1,500. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to spend the money to get over here, you're going to be here for at least a month. You know what I mean? Yes, he does. I love Heston. He's one of my original. Like when I got into what do you call it, molecular gastronomy and food science when I was a younger chef. When I did my stage at El Bulli or El Bulli and places like that, they really encouraged for me at the time was extremely high-end thinking, something very different because I was coming out of like things like pub cooking or higher-end French cooking. So it was a different world. What's that?
Your hoodie. Everyone has the same one. Where'd you get it?
Oh, where did yes. Okay, so 412, I actually got this hoodie in 1997 at the Slayer concert. If I remember, it was Hatebreed opened for him, and it was an awesome. That was the first day I actually knew I found out what like throwing down was. It was also the same day I got kicked right in the head, like a full foot came like this, and I was knocked out. It was awesome. Donna, yes, he is food science is 100% something I really enjoyed. It's kind of overrated these days, per se, but it's still something I hold near and dear to my education as a chef. Nice. Yeah. Definitely look it up. He put out a bunch of really great different works, like In Search of Perfection and stuff like that. But if you guys wanted something a little bit more, I guess, more tangible, there's also the Modern Cookbook or the Modern Cookbook series, which does a lot of food science, but it's all on practical foods. Yes. The print on the back? Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it. There we go.
Chef Nate, what's good, dude? It's always good to see you, man. Hope you're having a really great Sunday as well. So I'm on the best live cook platform. I mean, TikTok is pretty good. Like, there's a lot of really great, what do you call it, TikTok chefs on here. Again, it's something that I don't really follow a lot of them, but what I've seen is that there's a lot of people on here that are cooking. But the problem that I've always had with TikTok chefs is that they have so much following that you can't ask them any questions really, and get through, right? So I thought I'd try to do my thing and help the community out. Enjoying some instant ramen and hanging with the kiddo. Hey, right on, dude. Right on. Nothing wrong with some instant ramen, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're going to move on to the pickle dredge. So for this, what I'm going to do is you're just going to start with a little bit of eggs. You're going to use 2 eggs, two egg whites. So you're going to take the yolks out of the whites as best you can. Even if you have a little bit of yolks in, it's not a big deal. Technically, you can use the whole egg, but I just don't prefer to because I really want that good crisp initially when I do the dredging and batter, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start with 2 eggs. Oh. All right, so we're going to go ahead and crack in 2 eggs. And again, I'm just like throwing it. I have 1 liter containers, so I'm just going to throw it into there. Right, you can go ahead, keep your yolk if you really want it, because again, I know people that when they keep their yolks, they have like cake recipes, stuff like that. But in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and let it go. Okay. Okay, we're just going to go ahead, separate the yolk from the white, throw the yolks and the shells out, just like that. And of course, wash your hands. All right. Now, since we have the whites in the container first, what we really want to do is make sure that we go ahead and give the whites a lot of airiness. So this is going to give your dredges a lot of that nice airy volume while having an extremely nice crisp on the outside. Dahlia, hi, how are ya? From Quebec City. Hey, dude. And Julie Bear, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the community. You're going to love the people that are in here. All right, so with the yolks, Julie Bear, I am located in Calgary, Alberta. How about yourself? Okay, so with the egg whites, what I'm going to do is I'm just using my frother. I'm just going to go ahead and try to incorporate as much air into the whites as humanly possible, so that when I do another fellow Quebecer, right on. It's always good. Caitlin, thanks so much for the rose. I appreciate it. Welcome to the live. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Hey, you know I'm all about frothing. All right? I don't want to have to break out the whisk every single time and like bust my shoulders out. So I'm just going to go ahead and froth out this egg whites. So what you're doing in this case is trying to incorporate as much air as you can, not necessarily having to make like a cloud necessarily. You don't have to like froth it all the way, but it's good to have as much air in there initially so that when you do the dredge, you can just go ahead, give it a toss, and it'll be really, really nice. And Anishine, hey, thank you so much. Happy Sunday to you as well. Okay, so what am I doing with these egg whites? I'm going ahead, I'm just frothing them right now, and I'm just trying to incorporate as much air into the whites as humanly possible here. So, because for this, I'm actually going to be using it to make a dredge, like a wet dredge for my pickle chips. Okay, so just want to go ahead and make sure that when you whip these up, it gets nice and airy. And you're not looking for, like, it doesn't have to be stiff peaks. You can have soft peaks. That's fine. A dredge, it's like a fish batter. Like, because for this, we're making a Guinness type of fish batter. But you can use it on fish. You can use it on chicken. In this case, we're actually just going to go ahead and use it on pickles. So the pickles we're using today are these hamburger slice ones. Right? Just get them pre-made. They're not too, they're the garlic kind. They're not the sweet kind, but you can use any type of pickle that you really want. And it will be awesome. So the reason I say you can also use a soft peak egg white is because it doesn't necessarily have to be a hard peak, because at the end of the day, we're still going to be adding a little bit of Guinness to it, as well as, just a little bit of extra liquids to kind of make it smooth, right? Okay, so almost there to the whites. Okay, perfect. Bam. Okay, awesome. So, hard peak. You know what I'm saying? Boing. Okay, so I got nice soft peaks, right, to this. We're going to go ahead and add in a little bit of Guinness. Can I snag some of yours, or do you want me to... Okay, so we're just going to add in just a little bit of Guinness. You're going to use maybe about a quarter cup. Right, so the Guinness has a good amount of the yeast factor, so it's going to remain very airy. So not halal mode, no, not today, sir. You're from Peterborough, Ontario?
You did take all of it.
I did, yeah.
Oh.
I mad used it. Mab Dollar, thank you so much for the follow. Yes, if you are wondering, I can and do usually sometimes do halal friendly meals. So keep your eyes open for that. Like things like I have friends that are going to come over and help me out with some nice different types of curries. Some nice butter chicken and dal, stuff like that. So keep your eyes out on my page for that coming up. It'll probably be in the next week. I'll be doing that collab. You're making bread. Hey, right on, dude. What kind of bread? Hey, no worries. That's awesome. Thank you, man. And biryani, yes. Oh man, I haven't done a good biryani in so long. I can't wait. I love a good, like, pretty spicy biryani rice. Okay, so we have the what do you call it? We got the Guinness. We got the egg whites in there. So I'm just going to grab me a small fork. At this point, we're then just going to add in all of our dry ingredients and then just have that on hold, okay? So in this recipe, I'm going to be using a bit of cornstarch. So there's 2 eggs, roughly a quarter cup, maybe even a half cup of Guinness liquid. To that, you're going to add about a half cup of cornstarch, okay? And then I'm also going to add in a little bit of potato starch, about a quarter cup of that. If you don't have potato starch, you can obviously use a little bit more cornstarch, or you can also go ahead and just add flour. Both will be pretty good. Mandy Roulette, thank you so much for the follow as well. I appreciate you for being here. Welcome. Yeah, so the potato starch goes in, a little bit of quarter cup. Right? It wouldn't be cooking if you just didn't spill some of that onto your fucking cutting board. Like a savage. God damn it. Alright. Boom. Okay. And then to the dredge, you just want to add in just a touch of seasoning. So you're going to hit it with some white pepper. Or any type, or you can use dark pepper, like black pepper. It's all good as well. It's really about just trying to encourage any small flavor profilings when it fries, because then that will kind of help amplify like the dill essence in it. Have I ever made homemade spring rolls with veggies like cabbage, carrots? Yes, I have. I actually have made, actually maybe not on live. I have made, in the Philippines we have, what do you call it? We have our own different type of spring rolls, which do mostly just have cabbage, carrots, and ground beef, which is hilarious. Lumpia, that's what we have. And it's amazing. You serve it with some nice pineapple sweet and sour sauce. It's a fucking gorgeous thing. Mabdullah, do you like to cook, bro? What kind of stuff are you into? Okay, so to this, I'm just going to add in just a touch of, I have white pepper in, but you can obviously use dark pepper. I'm going to go ahead, add in just a little bit of seasoning salt. What's my haircut hack? Go bald. Old age. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then I do definitely have my partner help me just like wham, because I suck at cutting my own hair. Find recipes, make my mom or sister make them. I watch and observe the cook. That's tight. I dig that. Yeah, go for the 5-head, 4-head thing with like the thick sides and the thinning cul-de-sac. Oh, dude. It's very fashion forward. Okay, so since I'm using a fork, I'm just going to go ahead and work in the dry ingredients into the dredge, right? And since, again, you have Guinness in there, it's going to help really contain all that airiness from your whites as well, right? If it's not thick enough, like if it's not getting dense like almost like a pancake batter. Oh, actually, to this as well, I forgot. You're going to add in just a little bit of baking soda or baking powder, okay? Just a teaspoon, right? This is just going to continue helping out the airiness of it. All right, and I'm going to, just because my mixture is looking relatively thin, I'm going to add in just another half cup of cornstarch. So in total, this recipe will be 1 cup of cornstarch with a quarter cup of potato starch as well. But again, if you're cutting it with a little bit of flour, you don't need you won't need this extra powder, because I guarantee you the amount of flour that will be in will will make it thick enough and dense enough that it should just create a really great dredge. And John Boy, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Like recipes and all the trying new things. See, that's what I'm talking about. Trying new things that's what food's all about, dude. 100%. Hey, that's awesome, man. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, give that a quick stir, just like that. Yeah, so about a cup of cornstarch really did it. So that's going to give you that nice, reasonable coating on the outside. Okay. Say again? Oh, like that. Okay. Right, see how it's coating the back of the fork? That's what you're looking for. So that can now just be kind of held on the side. Let that do its thing. Christian, what's good, dude? How are ya? Barf cake, you're losing brain cells? Oh, that's too bad, buddy. You can get the fuck out. Tristan, I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Mischief managed.
Thank you. And user 41699, thanks so much for the follow as well. Hope you're having a really great day. Hope your Sunday's doing good. Yeah, I don't know if Barcake had any to begin with either. So funny. Senor Blanco, salute, sir. How are ya? And Christian, thank you so much for the follow as well. And a follow on the Instagram. Hey, Mabdullah, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Welcome to the community. You're going to love the people that are in here. Carlene Linklater, how are ya? Thanks so much for the follow. And Senor Blanco, thank you so much for the follow as well, guys. Welcome to the community. You're going to love the people that are in here, man. The fucking personalities in here are crazy good. Okay, so I got that on the go right there. Okay, so then for the mozza sticks, all right? Again, with the mozza sticks, we're just going to go, it's really simple today, where we're just going to hit it with a dry, so it'll be either cornstarch or flour. And then we're also going to be doing a little bit of make a jacket potato. I'll put that on the list. Big Junior. Yeah, actually, I did a jacket potato, I'm going to say 2 weeks ago. Like a completely stuffed potato. But I put it back on the menu as well, just because I do love a good stuffed potato. Okay, so we're going to move on. We got, for the mozza sticks, I chose to use string cheese, because it doesn't really require you to have to cook or you don't have to like chop up a block of mozzarella, as well as these are already relatively soft. So coating them, it's actually pretty easy. As well as when you use the string cheese, they contain quite a bit of like milk fat. So that when you do deep fry them, it doesn't take as much to, you like beans on your baked potatoes? Dude, that's so fire. That's such a classic too. With cheese, yeah, dude. Yeah, so with this, it doesn't take much to have the outside cook, and these things stay relatively melty and like have a good stretch to them. Ground chicken burgers like that, instead of using ground beef. Yes, I have. We're not using ground chicken today, but I have made them in the past, definitely. I do actually really enjoy a good turkey burger as well, if it's done right, because if it's not done right, it is dry city. Okay. So to get the components for the mozzarella sticks, we're going to go ahead and just, all I'm really going to do is I'm just going to just beat up maybe 2 or 3 eggs and get them into a container right away. Unveil the Omen, thanks so much for the follow, dudes. Welcome. Yeah, you try to do things as correctly as humanly possible, you know. Just because, again, I love like a good turkey burger or a chicken burger. I love it also if you do like a turkey burger or like a poultry burger with like a bit of that curry. Oh my God, curry and like dried fruit and stuff like that. Yeah, to be honest, Rory, to be honest with you, man, I'm like mad lactose intolerant, and I'll still eat like a smackdown of cheese. Like one of our favorite things in the house is we'll go to the superstore, grab one of those like $10 roast chickens, right? A whole wheel of brie and like a dirty thing of bread, and we'll just go to town with some jam. Oh, bruh, so good. Okay. Van Lang Gillison, thanks so much for the follow as well, dude. Fries looked amazing. It depends. If I just usually I'm just using the pre-bought fries. If you're talking about the crispy fries, yeah, you can just go get the coated carnival fries from the store. Or if you're talking about like the regular ones that like are made of from potato, like actually cut and sliced for potato. I'm Molard M3. Thanks so much for the follow. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name, but I appreciate you for being here regardless. Yeah, the fries, the best way to cook the fries, in my opinion, is to slice the fries the way you want, like to the thicknesses that you have, and then boil them. Boil them till they're just like they're flexible, right? Not like super soft, but flexible, right? Strain them out, let them cool down, right? Get nice and dry, and then hit those in the fryer, double blanched. Any tips on homemade fries, crispy or yeah? Mabdullah, it's all about the double or triple blanch. When I say double or triple blanch, what that means is you're going to do low temperature to cook your potatoes to the center without getting color. So that's maybe 145 degrees, roughly. You leave it in there. You're not going to get a lot of color. You're going to pull it, let it cool down for a second, then boost your heat up to about 170, 180. Throw it back down, get that really nice, extremely good crisp, because what you're doing is you're going to cook the inside while there's a little bit of that water from the inside of the potato gets cooked out. Then once you let it rest, it'll then start to become a little bit flat, all that good stuff. Then when you hit it in the second crisp, it then poofs. And then gives you that incredibly good crisp on the outside while keeping the inside super, super tender. Oh, absolutely. But definitely, because if you are going to soak it in the vinegar and water, it's a really good technique to help break down and add that little bit of courteous flavor and texture to it. Because for me, I use baking powder, baking soda, and a little bit of sucrose and vinegar. Or sugar, boom, into the water. Let it sit, because you'll notice it goes from here to here in a day's time, in 24 hours, right? Drain it off, give it a rinse, let them dry, and then just go ahead, double blanch them. I 100% agree with that. DJ Sandman, thanks so much for the follow as well. I appreciate you. Welcome to the live. Okay, so I'm just going to move this dredge to the side. And if you notice, if you look at your dredge... Say again?
Introduce yourself by name.
Oh, I should. Yeah, so anybody that is new, I should introduce myself. My wife has reminded me. My name is John. I thank you guys again for joining this live. Yeah, we're just out here trying to cook economical, good, cheap food that's dank as fuck, you know what I'm saying? What about cornstarch? You could use cornstarch, but I find with cornstarch, it's a better thickening. It has two things. It's a better thickening agent. As well as it's a really good, you can coat things with it, and you get a much crispier overall texture on foods rather than flour. And was I in the army? No, sir. Vilioman? Yeah, dude. Mabdullah, my name is John. I hope you are having an awesome day. That's that's hilarious. We all smoke too much, you know what I'm saying? All right, so what was I doing? Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead, just crack a few eggs into a small container, just because I do want to have my eggs. So what we're gonna do is we're just literally just gonna have a dry ingredient, like our cornstarch or flour. We're gonna roll that to dry off our mozza sticks. Then we're going to hit that into the eggs. Then we're going to roll from the eggs in our panko or our breadcrumb. All right. So I'm just going to get the eggs out and cracked. Alrighty. So I'm just going to do about 3. And to the eggs, you're just going to add a splash of water. You can use seltzer water. You can also, again, in this case, use a splash of beer. But I don't really like using beer too much when you're mixing it with with like breadcrumbs, because you will end up inadvertently taking on a little bit too much color. Okay, so to this, I'm gonna go ahead, just give it a quick mix, just like that. Oh, so I have to break open my own thing of Guinness? Come on, Shanatan. It's your drink. All right, and anybody in the chat right now, if you guys can do me a huge solid, hit that like button as many times as humanly possible. That, again, helps me out in the algorithm, helps me find other like-minded people like yourselves, people who want to talk about food, food culture, restaurant culture, recipes, all that good stuff, all right? That'll be muchly appreciated. And if you guys have a quick second as well, hit that share button, because most likely, if you guys are here, you at least know one other person that would love to be here as well. All right. So I'm just going to give that a quick mix. Now I'm just going to get this just with maybe, let's say, 2 tablespoons of just regular cold water. Okay, this will just help loosen it up, and it won't be so thick when you put it through the dredge. Kelly, thank you so much for that. She is right. Anything that I post on my YouTube, you'll be able to find as like the weeks go on, because I am posting 2 a day for the next 8 days. Okay, so eggs are done, and when I get down to the mozza sticks, you guys will see. Okay, so a second ago, my timer went off for my wings, so I'm gonna go ahead and give those a check. Nice. Them 25 minutes went real quick. Okay, let's see how we look in here. Okay, good. So it was a really good overall cook. You can see that now the cornstarch and the dredge has really helped solidify the coating, right? So it's not tacky, but now you have like a really good setting for a good crisp. So at this point, what you're going to do is you're just going to give them a quick flip in the pan, and while you're flipping them in the pan, you're going to go ahead and raise the temperature up to about I'm going to say 400. Actually, I'm going to go less than that. I'm going to go 390 degrees. And we're going to keep these guys in there for roughly about, I'm going to say easily, man, maybe about 45 minutes to an hour. Just to kind of encourage a good crisp. So what I'm probably going to end up doing here is that I'm going to bake these off for about 35 minutes and then just give them a quick check and flip them over halfway through. So at the 35 mark, that's when I probably end up flipping it over. Okay, so my oven's now sitting at 390, or will come up to 390. I'm just going to go ahead, shoot these guys in. Boom. And I'm going to set my timer to 35 minutes. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to push it to 400. 400 for 35 minutes. Just because I really want to get a good amount of color and crisp on it as fast as humanly possible without losing a lot of the water. Heidi, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome to the live. Okay. So that's on and in. Next, and I got my eggs for the dredge for my mozza sticks. We got our wicked wet batter for the pickle chips, right? So as it sits with that baking soda and all the components, you now notice like how airy it is, how like it's thick, but it ain't really that thick, and it's awesome. Of course, if you also have leftover batter, keep it. You know what I mean? If you have pieces of fish, you can also just bop into the thing, have some fish and chips with your stuff tonight. Awesome. Tatiana, thanks so much for the follow as well. Welcome to the live. Mabdullar, if you're heading out, thank you so much for joining, dude. I appreciate you for being here. I'll hopefully catch you on the next live. Okay, so we got through the mozza sticks, we got the wings on the go, we got the pickle chips on the go as well. So now all that's left is the burgers. So before we contaminate the board, we're just going to go ahead and get our mise en place for the burgers out of the way, okay? So that means our lettuce, our tomato, and our onion. Okay. So for that, I'm just going to use, I have like a 3-piece container. Obviously, you can just use a plate, you know. I like the fancy. And then, of course,
From the greatest store, Amazon.
yeah, get it from Amazon. It's like $25. Okay, so I'm a big fan of using a mandolin in this case for doing really consistent slices, especially for things like sandwiches and burgers. But of course, if you don't have a mandolin, use a knife, use an extremely sharp knife, and of course, be as careful and safe as humanly possible when doing so, okay? He/his, thanks so much for the follow as well. Welcome to the live. I hope you're having a really, really great Sunday. Okay, so I'm going to grab my tomatoes, I'm going to grab my onion and my lettuce. Golly, look at this.
Bear says, yes, chef.
And of course, this is just kind of my version of a very basic burger. But I mean, if you want to do something a little bit different, like you want to throw an egg on, you want to make bacon, stuff like that, by all means, go ahead. Sky's the limit, you know what I'm saying? So, for this, what I'm really looking for is a thicker slice. I'm just go ahead
Well, we dipped the pickle chips in sour cream.
You what in the what now?
Really asked.
Will you dip the we're using for the pickle chips, we're using just Alberta style old fashioned just ranch dressing.
And then Mayor wants you to
Teach cutting techniques. I absolutely can do that. Yes. Okay. Absolutely. I've definitely considered teaching that. Kermit, hello. How are you? Okay, so I got my tomato. Just gonna go ahead and give that a quick slice. Boom. Damn, that tomato is ripe as hell. All right, so got my tomatoes roughly sliced. Okay. You just know enough to not cut your your finger. Hey, that's good enough. But of course, it's not about rushing when you guys do your cuts. Okay, it's about getting the cuts that you want and doing it safely. Barber did you dirty? Hey man, Barber didn't do nothing. I just let it grow. I'm balding, son. That's what happens when you get old. And who is that? Pauline, how are ya? Good to see you. Welcome. Okay, so again with the onions, just want to get a few good slices of that. Okay, so you just now have nice rings. But of course, you can also do like Harvey style, where you just do diced onions, right? That also works. Nothing wrong with that.
Watermelon wants to know why you paint your nails.
Oh, why I paint my nails? Because I can. And I find usually like really hetero people like super offended by it for no reason. Okay, I'm just gonna give that a quick rinse. And boom, out of the way. Right on. Okay, so I'm only gonna use just a little bit of the red onion as well. I have more hair than you? Oh man, I don't know about that, dude. The nails are just unfamiliar on men. That's weird though. Like I grew up, I've been painting my nails since like the 2000s, and back then everyone was doing it, or became like fashionable, I guess, in like the rock scene, which is hilarious. Do I have a buffalo wing sauce recipe? No, I don't. I actually, to be honest with you, buffalo wings. Like if you really wanted like to make buffalo, you can actually just go get buffalo sauce, because I know Superstore has a really amazing buffalo sauce. But if you don't have buffalo sauce or access to it, what it is essentially is just there's two types of people that believe that it's either Frank's Red Hot or something like it, like a Frank's paprika hot sauce, with a good amount of butter. Like you melt butter in and whisk it. Yeah, Pauline. When I was a goth kid, that's essentially when I started like painting my nails, wearing makeup, having the piercings. But I took all that stuff off when I entered the kitchen. Yeah, exactly. Frank's Red and butter. But there's also the other class of people that do the Frank's Red Hot and ranch mixed together. And essentially both are good. But at the same time, I think the original I think the original one, like from Buffalo, New York, is like a Frank's type red hot sauce with butter, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. Tabasco and tahine, that's also fire. Yo, I love a good tahine. I'm not a huge fan of Tabasco, whereas I do enjoy, because I find Tabasco a little bit too vinegary for my taste, but at the same time, still fire. I love the Tabasco green is one of my favorite things, especially on like things like tacos. Is my chef friend there? No, not today. We'll probably be linking up next week, probably on a Sunday. What's Pok Pok style? Hey, thanks so much for the heart me, Leisha. All right, so I got that on the go, So I'm just gonna slice up just a little bit of iceberg lettuce. Get that rinsed and washed. This will do.
The only Pok Pok I know of is this.
Yeah. Are you talking like Pok Pok style, which is like, can I see that? Are you talking Pok Pok style like this? If you're into Thai food, this right here, banging. This is probably one of the most legit Thai food recipe books in existence. Ah, nice, dude. Brendan, pickles. Yes, sir, pickles. You'll see. All right, so looking at 25 minutes, that's fine. That's the one? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you know what it is. Again, I found out about that chef from Bourdain's TV show. Amazing. His recipes are so legit. Because again, I think we purchased it after we came back from Thailand.
We purchased it after we came back from Thailand after realizing that Anthony Bourdain had known this guy and
Yeah.
spent time learning from like Thai grandmas.
Yeah. Yeah, because so we bought this book after we came back from Thailand, after watching it on Bourdain's No Reservations, I believe it was. And realizing that all the recipes that come from this, he actually only goes to places that are like villages, outskirts of the city, and gets like old grandma's real recipes, like real traditional recipes, and it's awesome. And where am I from? I'm from the Philippines, but I've been raised in Canada. Make a nacho supreme with chili and cheese. Oh man, nacho supreme, dude. I do make a dank nachos. Okay, so I'm just gonna put these to the side for now. Boom. Get this lettuce sliced. Okay. Okay, perfect. So generally I have the mise en place for my burgers. Okay, and for the burgers, I'm just using regular, regular everyday backyard barbecue burger buns, because I love these because for the price you get a dozen, right? It's like $2, $2.50. But it's nice because generally speaking, they just have like the right kind of plush to them. They're not dry, you know what I mean? They're not like overly bland. So overall, it's a really nice, easy burger bun. Okay, and Bridget. Hi, how are you? Hope you're having a really great Sunday as well. Welcome. It's always good to see you. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on the ground beef. So anybody that's following along, go ahead and either grab some plastic wrap, a Ziploc bag, or some parchment paper, okay? Now, for the reason again that I'm doing this particular type of burger is because I really have been like hankering for something McDonald's hasn't sold in 20 years, which is called the Big Extra, or at least here in Canada. So what that comprised of is just your lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup, mayonnaise, and your burger patty, but what it really came down to was the burger patty had seasoning salt and a little bit of pepper. Okay, usually on a sesame seed bun, but I didn't want to do a sesame seed bun. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead with smaller one. Okay. Bam. Okay. All right, 1 second there. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's just having me verify the live again. Okay, sweet. Bridget, what did you miss? So right now we're just doing all the mise en place and setups for the items. So we got our burgers. Right now we're just working on that. I got the mise en place for the burgers, which is your lettuce, tomato, onions, sliced, relatively thin. Right now we're going to be working on the burger patties. Get those out of the way. So as well, while we're getting the burger patties on the go. Yep. And I have, yeah, I'm going to get there. Okay, so while the burgers, while we're forming the patties, we're going to go ahead, get our pan on roughly like a medium-ish heat, like a little bit lower than medium, and get that warming slowly, okay? Can you play Ram Ranch? I don't know what that is. Okay, so then next, we have the mozza sticks. Mozza sticks, we're going to be going ahead and using these kick-ass string cheese, mozza string cheese. I have a little bit of the egg wash for it, and we're going to be just hitting this with dry ingredient, then rolling it in some egg mixture, and then rolling that in panko or breadcrumbs, okay? What's after that? We got the pickle chips. So we made this really wicked beer batter dredge right here. It's mostly just cornstarch, potato starch, Guinness, a little bit of baking powder, you know what I'm saying? And egg whites, right? It's going to give me a really nice, airy, fluffy texture, all right? And on the back here, of course, I just have a little bit of oil, just kind of hitting, just staying warm. All right. So what you're going to need here is essentially, we got a sheet of parchment folded in half, okay? So that what you do is you're going to take your beef. If you have about a pound of beef, it depends on how many people you're going to be serving it to. I would just take the pound itself, like visually, just go ahead and separate out in half lengthwise. And then if you have like 4 people, you can separate it into 4. If you have 6 people, or someone's going to want a second burger, you can separate it out into 6, okay? So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut, just do a quarter. Okay, so to repeat what's in the beer batter, it is a mixture of cornstarch and potato starch. But of course, if you don't have potato starch, you can also use extra cornstarch or flour. So it is I'm gonna say if there's a cup of cornstarch in there with a quarter cup of potato starch, but you can also use a quarter cup of flour. There is roughly about maybe a half cup to a full cup of Guinness, and 2 egg whites that have been beaten into soft peaks. Oh, and a small teaspoon of baking powder.
And then Kelly wants to know, do you need a special gadget to make a blooming onion?
To be honest, no, but you have to cut it the right way, right? You need to, I don't have an onion, damn it. I just cut mine up. You need to cut it in a way that you cut the end where like the tip is, rather than the bushy where the I can't remember what it's called, where the thing that attaches the entirety of the core. Okay, like the fuzzy part. You want to keep that on and cut the part with the nipple. All right, keep that flat. Then you want to peel the outside, and ideally you want to take your bloomin' onion, or like the onion itself, And then you want to lay the onion with that core side down in a small bowl, enough that it's like kind of hanging out, and then slice your pieces out of it. The biggest mistake with blooming onions and people that want to make them is that they cut too many sections. What ideally you should do is just cut in half and then cut 1, 2, so you have 6 wedges all day. You could use the blooming onion machine, but that's what I find, like, you're going to spend $30 on something that only does one job. I never really, if you have good knife hands and the ability to do it, just do it by hand. And Bridget, you got your own burgers? Right on, dude. Yeah, you prepped and ready. Okay, so for the burger itself, what I'm doing here is, the reason I have the parchment is what I really enjoy to do is I'm going to use the parchment to give it a smash down in the center. And this will guarantee that you have a good dispersion. Okay? So at this point, it's really good to, you can also just go ahead and trim some of the beef. I won't need that big of a piece. Okay? Bam, just like that. And smash it down. Get the center a little bit, thinner than the outsides, right? Because then you're not going to get the bulge, and that will give you a more consistent cook thoroughly around. Okay, so then for your pan, again, I'm using just a non-stick. So with non-stick, it's always nice to just give it a small spray with cooking spray, just so that it guarantees that you get a good even sear right off the top, and that you can move it around, give it a flip. Okay. So that's on the go. I'm sitting at 15 minutes on my wings. Nice. Oh yeah. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn those wings over. Okay. Oops. That's starting to get a good smoke. So at this point, you can go ahead, take your burger patty into the pan. And the thing about doing a sear is that it's always best that when you put the burger in, right, don't move it, just let it go, right? And it'll guarantee that that sear initially will give it a quick shrink, and then it'll char in the size that it's going to come to. All right, so while that's going, you know, let that do its thing. I'm going to go ahead and boost my heat on the back burner. All right, and get that up to about a medium heat. You don't want it super screaming hot, because that's just going to end up scorching your breadcrumbs. Lizard, don't lie to me. Well, I did touch it. I'm not going to lie to you about that. You're doing loaded pierogies instead? That's a good choice. Hey, sir, I will shit your pants. I swear to God. Bloop blurp derp, how you doing, dude? Welcome. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to get going is some of the pickle chips. So at least we can get those kind of resting in a bowl, kind of just chilling, and then get them ready for a second blanch. Okay. Boom. Chicken curry, egg fried rice. That sounds good. Sage and Scarlet, how you doing, dude? Hope you're having a really great Sunday. Okay, so I'm going to let that kind of heat up, and I'm going to go ahead and crack these pickles. Cool. Okay, so now I'm starting to get a really good sear. Right, you can see the sear lines, all that good stuff, and you're still able to give it a quick shake and move it. Okay, you see, because there's a divot on the inside as well, you're starting to see some of that leak out, right? So that means you're going to get a very nice even coating and cook and thorough cook when you flip it, right? So the one side is your most important side. Okay, then once you give it a flip, that's when we'll season. All right. We want to keep that in low. Get this temperature up perfect. Okay. And then for the bowl, I'm just going to go ahead and give it just a little bit of, what do you call it? A little bit of paper towel. Get that on the go right there. All right. And then once we get some of the pickles going and resting, like really what we want is a first, like a tertiary blanch, just to kind of get the outsides fully cooked. Okay, because you don't have to cook the pickle, obviously, but I do want to make sure that I have an outer coating that's really, really it will stick, and it kind of like make sure that it's there. And then we're going to give it a second blanch just to crisp out the outside and get rid of the excess water. Because what I want to do is I want to get the tertiary cook on the pickles first. Then I want to work on getting the mozza sticks going and through. And then we'll finish the pickles in the deep fryer. And by that time, the wings should pretty much be ready to come out. Speaking of the wings, what I will do at this point is I have about 11 minutes on the wings. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them. Right, you can already see that we're getting a really nice, crispy outside, right? So we're just going to go ahead and just give them a quick flip. Yeah. Get some good relative color on there. Nice. And good. Give those a quick flip. And then we're just going to go ahead and toss them back in. Since it's 10 minutes, I have 10 minutes left on the timer. I'm going to go ahead now boost up my temperature to 425. Okay. And then now that my burger's already at about maybe a 3/4 sear, I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick flip. Nice. Yeah. Nice, flat, even. Hey, Hunter, thanks so much for the finger hearts. I appreciate it. Nice. Yeah, and the mozza sticks will be coming up. No problem. So I'm going with the seasoning for the burger. It's going to be seasoning salt, white pepper. All right. So as that's searing out, I'm just going to get a small little hit of the white pepper on top. Sorry, say it again?
Tyson, why not use real mozzarella cheese?
Oh, in this case, what I really, the reason that I'm not using real mozzarella cheese, thank you so much, and Tyson. So the reason I'm not using real mozzarella is because what I really like about using string cheese in this case is that, first of all, I don't have to break down like a block of mozzarella because that is expensive. But in this case, these actually contain a higher amount of milk fat, so it's a much softer cheese, and it doesn't take much to melt them, so you get a much faster fry time on the outside while not having to really go all the way in terms of having to like char the outside or having to cook the breadcrumb in order to melt the core. Using a regular mozzarella is relatively simple, but you will have to use a thinner piece, if anything, to try to get a full melt, all right? Because again, with this, it only takes maybe about a minute in total, and it's really fully melted. So I just prefer that. And M, thank you so much for that. I appreciate the compliment, bro. Justin Plays Ball, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, and string cheese also does taste pretty awesome. Oh yeah, no worries, man. Because I know other people will be like, just use regular cheese. In this case, it's just, yeah, I really go for like the amount of milk fat because it's not necessarily saltier, but you do get a really great end result. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so burger is pretty much good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead, let it rest, do its thing for a second, all right? And in the back, I have a good, feels like a good heat. So I'm just going to go ahead, mix up this batter. Nepalese, no. I'm full Filipino. Halloumi, oh man, I love. The thing is about halloumi is like, I can't help it. I just love, I'll just take the halloumi, slice it, sear it in the pan. Oh man, halloumi's dope. Okay, just gonna give it a quick test. Right, we're getting a good amount of float on it. Right, so I'm just gonna wait a couple more seconds for that to come up to heat. What I'm looking for is more like the rings that really pop up when you fry up the, what do you call it, when you fry the batter. Okay, give that a quick mix up, boom, just like that. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and move my burger to the back so that can rest. And I'm also going to just hit that with some sliced cheese.
Oh, yes, American sliced cheese. Feels and sounds like you were chewing on a sponge eating bologna.
That's hilarious. All right, so then for the cheese, I'm just going to go ahead and just use the dirtiest sliced cheese that we got. Boom, just like that. Do that thing. All right. Now for the pickles, just going to go ahead and just going to start just trying to drain off as much of the brine as humanly possible. Because again, any excess water will splatter in the oil, so it's always good to kind of just get rid of as much as you can out of the jar. Craft singles, yeah, dude. And you know for a fact it melts. It melts proper. Okay. Boom. Just go ahead, toss those in. Yep, just throwing pickles into the batter. Okay. All right, throw that in there. Boom. Okay, just like that. So I'm just gonna go with a few for now, just so at least I can show you guys what it is, because I'm going to end up cooking a little bit more after the live anyways. So that's on the go. I'm looking at less than 5 minutes for my wings. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. Remember, this also comes in a marbled cheddar, but you can also use things like Swiss cheese if you got it. Halloumi, as suggested, would also be a really good way to do it. Today, I'm not doing any sauteed onions. Again, today, I'm more or less trying to emulate what I had at McDonald's back in like 1997, 1998, which would be called the Big Extra. I don't know if anybody remembers it, but I've been having like a hankering for it, so that's why I'm doing this kind of initial setup. It's a very simple burger, but it's something that I really just been dying for. Okay, so with the pickles, what's awesome is, again, you're not looking for like the thickest coating, you're just looking for that, right? Just enough that it covers and coats, right? So I'm just gonna give an initial test. Right, so it's going to be more like a hybrid between like a beer batter and a tempura batter. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I just got to get that oil just a touch more, touch hotter. Love the Big Extra. Arch Deluxe, yes, and you know what I'm talking about. They had the Crispy Chicken Deluxe. This is like when like McDonald's was like trying to go away from like just a kids restaurant to like being an adult as well can eat here restaurant. Lish, thanks so much for the follow as well. I appreciate it. Because I remember the Big Extra back in the day was like, I remember it was on like the cheaper meals. It was like a $2 burger. So like, but it was like ketchup, mayo, lettuce, tomato, onion, seasoning, salt, pepper on like a sesame seed bun. Super regular, but it was amazing. And again, it's one of those things that just kind of reminds me of like being like 13, 14 years old in junior high. You know what I mean? Ultra nostalgic. Okay, check that out. Hell yeah, dude. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Right, so now, right, I'm just gonna just pull that out early. But you now see how you get this really nice, crispy, thin layer on the outside, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna. Best thing to do is just kind of wait until it stops bubbling more or less, because that will mean that you have cooked out a lot of the water on the initial cook. Mick DLT, keep the hot side hot and the cool side cool.
Faded Blues. I was born in 2001.
You're born in 2001? Oh no. Yeah, I mean, damn, yeah. I'm old, bro. Yeah, definitely try the pickles, man. 100%. Because again, I really love, what you call it, deep fried pickle spears. The problem I have with deep fried pickle spears, though, every time I get them, they come out fresh and they smell amazing, and you're like, oh, that's dope. You dip it in ranch, take a bite, and then boom, fucking napalm just in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Then you just can't taste anything else. What are you talking about? Like when we graduated?
Faded Blues said they were born in 2001, and I was like,
Oh man, yeah.
reading that made my back hurt.
Yeah.
When you graduated.
Oh yeah. We definitely You're not old if you were born in 2001. I mean, they're getting there. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like eventually, their back's gonna eventually start hurting too. You know, welcome to the club. Right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start dunking out a bunch of the pickles. Yeah, because I started working in like 1997 when I was like 13. Okay, so just go ahead, dump, and of course, if you're working with a fryer, one of the rule of thumbs here is to just never overfill your fryer. Always nice to just put in as many as you need or as many that can comfortably fit, so you're not cooling down the fryer all at once. But at the same time, you're still getting a good batch per amount. Antonio, thanks so much for the follow, dude. Welcome to the live. I appreciate you for being here. Your knees are feeling it at 30. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I'm 38, and like, boy, oh boy, my body hates me sometimes. Like, what's funny is we always joked about getting to that age where you'd bend down and hurt yourself for no reason. Like I remember just like trying to tie my shoes, just threw my back out, sneezed, threw my back out.
One morning and my shoulder hurt.
Yeah, that's right. Shannon woke up and just her shoulder pain. That's it. Like that's all you wake up to. You just slept wrong. Sucks. You know what it is. Like the thing is, there's something happens to your body after you turn 30. You know what I'm saying?
Are you blanching first, or do you fry until done?
Ideally, I am blanching first because the initial cook. This has been sitting for a few minutes, so now we're sitting at a really good. It is crisp, but what I do want to get is that finishing touch. So what I am thinking of is I'm just going to let these guys cook off for a little bit, so I get that really good puffy exterior. Pull them and then throw them in right after I finish with the what do you call it? Finish with the mozzarella sticks. Yeah, I think that's just best. It's nice and easy. Okay, so while those are on the go, actually, I'm just gonna go ahead, wait for these to finish, and then in another small 1 liter, I know I use them quite religiously. So in this 1 liter, what kind of burgers? Literally just like it's my version of it's like an emulation of a burger that existed in my childhood in like 1997 at McDonald's, which was called the Big Extra. So very simple beef burgers, a little bit of cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup, mayonnaise, seasoning salt on the burger, a little bit of white pepper on a regular ass bun. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. Okay, so my pickled chips are still going. So at this point, they're actually starting to get a good puffiness to them, but I do want to make sure I cook out a lot of that excess water that's in the pickle. So I'm just gonna wait a couple extra seconds. Ray Dog, thanks so much for the follow, dude. I appreciate you for being here. What's the difference between black and white pepper? So black pepper is a They both are actually, they both come from a flower technically, right? Because I'd love to say one is a seed, one isn't, but they do come from a flower, but they're two different types of flowers. Like the black pepper corn, like the corn itself is where is my mixed pepper? Yeah, my Christmas peppercorn jar. Where's that at?
Right there.
What? Shannon,
In the same room.
you're not even in the same room. God damn it. Okay, so essentially speaking, I would say the real differences between black and white pepper is the savoriness, as well as the astringency of the pepper flavor. So black pepper is exactly what you expect. It's black. The black pepper has like a certain oiliness, as well as like you can kind of expect that from that peppercorn. Whereas white pepper, it crushes better. It has a lot more heat, in my opinion, as well as it is slightly more fragrant, right? And that's really the only differences I can really kind of imagine with peppercorn. Nature Joe, thanks so much for the follow as well. I appreciate it. Welcome. Okay, so I got these kick-ass pickle spears, or pickle chips.
Nisha wanted to know if you dried the pickles before you started your adventure.
Oh, to be honest with you, I didn't. I just tried to dry them out of the jar as best as I could, and I just literally threw them raw dog into the batter. Okay, but the outcome is still relatively good because again, I'm using a wet batter, so I don't mind if if they're a little wet on the way into the batter. It doesn't change their outcome too much. Right, so now we got this really kick-ass kind of nice crispy exterior skin. So that's going to be good while it rests. I'm actually going to throw in, I have a few more in here in the dredge, so I'm just going to throw those guys in. And again, it doesn't have to be the thickest coating on the pickles. You just kind of want to get a good covering, nothing too crazy, right? Because it will finish off as it goes. Kays, thanks so much for the GGs. Appreciate it. Okay. Right, just give them a quick shake off. And again, if you guys have extra batter left over, save it. You can definitely save this batter for later in the day or even up till tomorrow. After about 24 hours is not so good. You would have to re-up with a little bit more either flour, a little bit, maybe one more egg white to kind of give it some extra life. But these are always, it always stays pretty good overall for about 24 hours max. Okay? But if you, in the 24 hours, if you have shrimp, if you have fish, all that good stuff, by all means, just be deep frying stuff. And technically, since this is a savory batter as well, you can actually get away with just like deep frying Mars bars or Twix or any type of harder chocolate bar as well. That will take it. Yeah, and since I'm not using like fish in this, you can just go ahead. If you wanted to do like actually technically if you have like a cheesecake, hey, you know what I'm saying? Chop up some of that cheesecake, throw it in the freezer, throw it in that batter, boom. Give it some love. Oh yeah, definitely for the cheese sticks, 100%. All right, cool. So for this, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start unwrapping the. Speaking of that, I got my wings are now on their way. I'm just gonna go ahead and just leave them in while I finish up the rest of the meal as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna unwrap. I'm gonna do about, say, to start, I'm gonna just go with four. 4 of these mozza sticks. All right. Okay.
Virgin says, don't use it for Hershey's, take caramel.
Hershey's and, oh man, yeah. Hershey and caramel. You know that it's just gonna leak out and just destroy your oil. But you know what though? I'm ignorant enough to do that. You said your day is October 15th?
We got a whole bunch of Libras in.
Whoa, no way! A bunch of October babies. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna let these pickles go, do their thing.
I got Guinness in my bra.
Nice. Nothing funnier than bra Guinness. All right, so now what did I do with that panko? Am I fucking stoned? Oh, there you are. All right. It's fucking hidden. Okay, so 421. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw in a little bit of this panko breadcrumb. Just
How long did it take you to bring the oil up to temp?
it depends on your stove, but I do also recommend bringing up your oil slowly rather than a very quick initial heat. Right, so I'd say it took me about 10-15 minutes maximum. But at the beginning of my live, I did say that I was keeping it on a very low heat so that it remained at least warm, so that when you brought it up to heat, it didn't take too much time. And Shannon Bellinger, thank you so much for the follow. Absolutely, there's absolutely nothing better than cooking for somebody else, especially for my family. I love cooking for them. The reason for the slow heat slowly is that it doesn't shock it, and then you just eventually hit it with a quick burn, right? Because if you bring it up to heat at a nice, reasonable pace, you don't risk crossing over in a very quick fashion, right? Because it can go from very like good moderate heat to boom burning right away. So that's why I always try to keep it at like a medium to a slightly higher than medium heat. So if it's on the burner, it's cooking at say like let's say at a 5 or at a 6.5, right? That's a good, for me, that's a good moderate heat to keep it at. If you go straight to like the high setting or like a 8 or 9, that to me is too quick, and you risk potentially burning the oil or it overheating and then lighting on fire, right? So it's something that it's just nice to help prevent. And Shane, thanks so much for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Welcome to the live. You're gonna love the people that are in here. You got married in 75. Damn. That's awesome. Okay, so for the mozza sticks, I'm just gonna do it with cornstarch. You can do it with flour if you want, right? So I'm just gonna put a tablespoon of that in there. All right.
What oil do you use? What oil is the highest heat point?
Okay, so the oil that I'm using is canola oil, strictly because it's just hella cheap. What has the highest smoke point would be things like peanut oil, but you can also use things like avocado oil if you choose. But I would just recommend just give it a look and see which oil that you would prefer, right? Because remember, some oils do give off flavor, right? So don't use olive oils for frying. Don't do any of that. Olive oil is more like a finishing oil or making like salad dressings and aiolis and stuff. You making steaks? You're right on, dude. K's, the kind of wings I'm making are oven crisp wings, and I'm probably just gonna hit them with a bit of honey garlic. I might make it, I might not. I'll see what I have in my fridge, because I do have some extra wing sauces that I have in there. Am I Canadian? Absolutely, sir. I am from Calgary, Alberta. How about yourself? Okay, so in here, I'm just going to go ahead and roll the cheese sticks. Nothing too crazy. Boom, right? So you get that nice coating. All right. Just going to go ahead and pull these out real quick. Okay. Then empty that's why I wanted just a little bit of cornstarch, nothing too crazy, because you don't want that excess. So then into the 1 liter, you're going to throw in just a little bit of your egg. Okay. Give that a roll around, and this will kind of guarantee that you get a good summery coating. Okay. Boom. Right? Just like that. From St. Thomas. Hey, right on, dude. Hey, and thank you so much for the ice cream clones and cloud bread K's. I appreciate it. The fire That's awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead, toss in my cheesy sticks. Boom. Just like that. Right? Into my panko. Give them a roll. Okay. Then go ahead back into the egg, back into the panko. So you want to do this at least twice. Or sorry, you want to get at least a double dredge if you can. Okay? Because it's important that you get a good layering. So at this point, I'm just gonna, actually, fuck it. This is big enough. Boom. Give that a dip. Put that back. So instead of making it hard, so you take that, throw that in, give that a quick dip again. Right? Give that a toss. Okay? And then what you're left with is essentially that. Okay? Weird panko ASMR. All right. So, I'm going to take that deliciousness. You're going to just try one out really quickly in the oil. Right, and since it is that string cheese and it is panko breadcrumb, it should actually cook up relatively quick. Okay. Okay, and as always, try not to touch it too much, but like I said, it only takes about a minute, like maybe 40 seconds to a minute, before the cheese itself starting to melt. Boom. You can, yes, you can definitely make onion rings just like that. But you see the cheese is starting to goo. It's already melted. Golly. What breadcrumb would I recommend for chicken parm? Any breadcrumb is good, but me personally, I always fall back to panko, just because it's something that I find just has a bigger crumb, as well as when it fries, it comes out more. It just comes out very clean, very consistent for me at least. But you can pretty much get away with any type of breadcrumb.
His daughter wants to know, does she have to use her hands?
You don't have to use your hands, but since I like washing my hands often, and as well as I love playing with my food, I do recommend using your hands. Right? Become one with your food.
She said it feels funny.
That's the best part. Okay. So we just need a second on that. Boom. Beautiful. Yeah, dude. You got some mozza sticks up in this piece right here. All right. So now those are out. Right. So again, we got these wicked pickle chips. Right. So that they're all relatively still a little bit crisp, but they are becoming soft. So now we're just going to go ahead and finish them in the fryer. Get that that double blanch. Get that skin nice and crispy. And we guys are on the home stretch here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start plating up our burger and get the plate nice and decked out. All right. Okay. Boom. I'm going to pull the wings. Nice. So there we are. Relatively crispy skins. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Just like that. Good color. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and push them all to the corner. Let them rest on each other. Okay. Just so it just kind of helps maintain a lot of that heat so it doesn't cool off too quickly, as well as all that juice then run into the corner, because I'm now just going to hit them with whatever wing sauce that I have. All right, what do I got for wing sauce? Hey, I do. Okay, sweet. So I do have honey garlic, so I'm just gonna just pour a little bit of that on there. And again, you can use Frank sauce, you can use honey mustard, you can just use any type of your favorite type of hot sauce. Technically, you can do maple syrup if you're like hella Canadian. Right, but I'm just gonna give it just enough that it just kind of coats the top, not too crazily. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit there. I got my chips finishing. Yes, that's exactly where I want it. Right on. Okay, I'm gonna kill the heat. Okay, so we're getting this really nice finish on like, because again, the initial really brought out like the bubbly texture, separated it from the actual part of the pickle, which is awesome. So we got that, right? You get this really good air, good crunch, but it is kind of like napalm, so I'm gonna let that bad boy cool off. Yeah, quick buffalo sauce, that's awesome. God, I love that shit. It's so good. Okay, so then we're just gonna go ahead and get on to the burger first. What happened here? Hey, Lee, I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. I just try to put off that good vibe, you know what I mean? Make sure everyone's having a really good day, all that good stuff. Okay, so burger, right? Take that, shoot that into the oven. Because I killed the oven, it's off. But that residual heat's gonna really help just make sure that we have a good amount of just a quick toast on the outside of the bun itself. Okay, so I'm just gonna just ready my mayo. I bought a new mayo today, so I get to use that. Lee, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the community. Not necessarily any farty mayo. Hold on. Is this? That's the best I got. Thanks. Hell yeah. Yeah, Shannon picked these up. These were at, where'd you get them, Michael's? Winners. Which is hilarious. Hey, Ray Dog, that's awesome, dude. Glad you're having a really great day. Hopefully I was able to help that out, you know what I'm saying? Because again, why have a crappy day? You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for that. All right. Nelson Medeiros, hey, thank you so much. Yeah, to me, this is one of my favorite types of plates. But again, I got really used to like really dark matted plates, like dark blacks, grays, stuff that you can really plate sauces on. But I thought this was a hilarious, looks great, you know? Yeah, skull everything, absolutely. Yeah, like we love skulls in our house. We're a Halloween house, you know what I mean? We're, you know, every day you got to work towards being Morticia and Gomez Adams, you know what I mean?
Ain't that the truth?
You know, every day. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the bread out. So to the bread, we're just gonna go ahead and see, that's the best part. So it's a little bit hard, but it retained all that nice, soft, supple interior. So it's just warmed is what we're looking for, okay? I'm gonna take our burger patty. It's been sitting, boom, just like that. In the back, we're just gonna go ahead. Actually, before I put that on, I'm gonna put a layer of the lettuce just on the base, okay? And this is gonna help just kind of make sure that there's a good cushion, a good kind of support for the beef on top, okay? So then we're gonna hit that with just a touch more lettuce on that, okay? A little bit of the red onion. Okay. A couple slices of the tomato. Draped. All right, then on.
1 minute in the air fryer, perfectly lightly toasted.
Nice. That's good to know. A minute in the air fryer? Oh, yeah. So then I'm just going to go ahead and hit with just a little bit of the mayonnaise. Right, I'm just going to grab ketchup real quick. Alright. That should get away. Okay, so then I'm going to hit with just a little bit of that ketchup. Boom. Okay. Okay, so there's burger. Right, classic, almost diner style, but this is my version of the big extra. Right, so the real secret to the big extra, like I've been saying, is the pepper and the seasoning salt on the patty. But if you guys want to take that a step further, I do recommend a sesame bun. But in this case, I just wanted a nice, soft, classic barbecue style bun. Okay, so boom, we got that. Next, we're gonna go ahead and hit with, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and hit with some of these wings on the plate. Again, look at that. So we got these nice oven baked, but they're still crispy. So that's from the baking powder. We'll go ahead with some flats. A couple of these drums. Just like that. Right, we're gonna go ahead and hit with a side of these mozzarella sticks, which are now, they've had a chance to rest. Show us the mozza. Right, just like that. And it's nice and soft and gushy. Right, took 45 seconds, which is awesome. Okay, mozzarella sticks. Boom. So, that right there.
What about Montreal steak seasoning on the burger? I use it and balsamic.
Oh yeah. To be honest with you, I'm not opposed to Montreal. You guys, anyone that's here knows I fuck with Montreal steak spice on everything. Steak spice on everything. It's like one of my superpowers.
Okay. Why don't you just
Yeah, cheese pull is fucking nuts, especially with the what do you call it, with the string cheese. Okay, so then we're gonna hit with just a small finisher of. Whoops, I'm just gonna go here. We're gonna hit a small finisher of the pickled chips on the side. So right next to the burger, like this. This is exactly why we're not doing dessert today. We're just doing fresh fruit cut up later, because this is like the gnarliest, most dank dinner that I can think of for what do you call it, for St. Patty's. So we got that, and then to finish, as always, we're going to go ahead and just a small little side of ranch dressing. Boom, just like that. All right, and there you go, the gnarliest St. Patty's bar food meal. Right, so ranch dressing, honey garlic oven crisp wings. We got these kick-ass mozza sticks, boom, crispy pickle chips, and my version of the big extra classic burger from McDonald's.
You gotta hang out long enough for us to get to 40K.
I have to hang out long enough to get to 40K, guys. Spam those likes. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to make more stuff like this, by all means, yo, hit me. But again, I will be right back because my girl's been waiting, so I'll be just 2 seconds, guys. You want some? Okay, you want a burger or do you want pickles and mozza sticks? You got it. Okay, just gonna give this to my little lady because she wants some of that. We'll do some of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill my oil before that just lights on fire. Need a maid? No, I'm the one that does it. All right, here you go. Here. Bam. Oh, all right. We hit 40,000. Damn. Right on, guys. Yeah, of course I do the dishes. Oh yeah, you still have laundry in, eh? Yeah. Alrighty. So that pretty much is it for today. So again, we did the burger, we did wings, we did mozza sticks, we did pickle chips. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, hit the likes and hit the follow button for more of lives like this. I had a wicked time. If you guys were cooking along, please let me know how I did. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on the food that you made as well. If you had any food that you have made tonight, take pictures for me and send them in my Instagram. I would love to be able to post them.
Ask if anyone has any questions after log off.
Sorry again?
Ask if anyone has any questions before you log off.
Okay. Yeah. And as well as if anybody, Kelly, thank you so much for the follow. If anybody was cooking along, do you have any questions? Was I moving too quickly today? Mama, thanks so much for the follow. Yeah, was the quality of the food all right? All that good stuff. If you guys were cooking along to the menu, please let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. So for the next Cook Live, I can make my adjustments. Said great, was perfect, looks amazing. Awesome. Bola Smith, thanks so much for the follow as well. I appreciate you for being here. Ten out of 10. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Right on, guys. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, again, I think we might do another cook with me episode. Okay, and Ray Dog. So the plan here is I usually go on live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Unfortunately, Whale Boy. Unfortunately, I will not be going on live Tuesday this week because this is the wrap week for the short film that I'm working on. So I will be filming all of Tuesday, but I will be back on either Wednesday and Thursday, or I'll be doing a Thursday and Friday live stream. Okay. But yeah, anybody that knows this channel, I will be on every week, usually Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, unless, of course, something changed, in which I will try my best to always let you guys know ahead of time, okay? But I think we're pretty much at the end of the stream. Does anybody have any other questions they need to ask? Anything that you want to know about food, about the menu, about any menus coming up? Let me know. Natalie, you're totally welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll probably just hang out for another about 3 minutes or so, get myself to 5 o'clock, and then I'll definitely log off. As well, hey, if you guys have any other suggestions for a Cook With Me episode, by all means, hit me in the DMs. I want to hear from you guys, as always. What's the next day? It will be Wednesday and Thursday, or Thursday and Friday. But I haven't decided. It really will depend on how much editing I need to do on the sound, which will dictate whether or not I can be on Wednesday. But most likely on Wednesday. But I'll just look for the notification. I'll leave a message on my page. Okay, guys? Yeah. Again, if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, please do. What's cooking next? To be honest, I think next Sunday... for sure, I'm probably going to have a homeboy come through. He's, again, another creator here on TikTok. Local guy, one of my best homies, another chef. He's going to be taking us through, I believe, butter chicken and maybe a tikka masala, which would be totally awesome. And then for the Wednesday, Thursday, I'm not actually quite sure. I might actually end up doing something a little bit healthier because it's still nice out, and try to at least encourage everybody to both have a mixture of really savory, dank foods, but have dank and healthy foods as well. So I'm going to challenge myself to do that. Let's get to 45K likes. Oh my, we're at 45. Damn. You guys are awesome today. Damn. To 50. Oh my gosh. We got 2 minutes to get to 50K likes. That's hilarious. Like, if you guys can do it for me, that would be awesome, dudes. As well, I guess I will say it is St. Patrick's Day today. So if you guys are going to go out, by all means, have fun, but be safe. I do want to always see you guys back here on these lives because it always makes me feel awesome knowing that you guys are safe, but also here and enjoying yourselves. And Jarrett, thanks so much for the follow. And Bill Law, thank you so much for the follow as well. Welcome to the lives, man. You guys are going to love the people that are in here. How do you like one on PC? There should be a heart button somewhere on your screen on the live. So I'm actually not quite sure. I always access TikTok through my phone. Right on. We got 1 more minute till 5 o'clock. Oh my goodness. Can you guys do it?
We can get somewhere.
You can get close. I didn't even know you could access TikTok on PC. Yeah. They recently have like updated it, so like there is like a PC or like a computer type app that lets you access what do you call it, TikTok. I can still even stream technically on my computer, but nah, it sucks. It's not my favorite. It's actually made more for gamers than it is for people like myself. That's why you're on PC. Hey, it is what it is, man. As long as you have access and you can enjoy yourself, that's awesome.
Oh my god, so close.
Yep.
So close.
We're at 2K. We're at 2K away from 50K likes.
Slices?
Like pickle slices, yeah. Like these. These gorgeous things. Look at the breading on that. Oh, yes. Hell yeah. And it's like this gorgeous crunch.
Give the people what they want. It's a mukbang in there.
All right. Mmm. Super airy. Oh my god.
Eating on camera.
Mmm. Yeah, the garlic one is actually a really good choice for this. Like the garlic pickle slices, because once they fry, they become really intense. I wonder though how the sweet ones would taste. Yeah, the crunches. Again, when it comes to things like this, a double blanch makes all the difference in the world. You know what I mean? So I can't wait. I'm gonna actually wait till the live is over. I'm gonna actually cook up the rest. We're 200K or 200 away from the 100 away. My lord, from 50K likes. God damn, guys. You hit that in a minute. Hey, we're over. That's awesome. God damn. Okay, well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a really great rest of your evening. Get out there, have fun, but definitely be safe. And I will see you guys on the next live, which will either be Wednesday and Thursday or Thursday and Friday. But if you guys hit the follow button, you can stay updated on the page, and I will let you guys know what the situation is after Tuesday, okay? Leisha, I appreciate you guys so much for all that. Kays, thanks so much for the fire as well. Mayor, thank you so much for joining. Always great to see all of you guys. And Jackie, you ciao as well. Flipside, thanks so much for the follow. Ray Dog, I'll see you on the next live. Definitely, guys. So you guys have a really great rest of your evening. Have fun, man. And I'll catch you guys then, all right? Take care.